Nigel, you know Tony exceptionally well. You played alongside him for so many years. He said Martinez, talking about Emi Martinez, was incredible in the cup run. He was absolutely sensational. What Leno does struggle for me is crosses. Arteta's gone, no, Leno is my number one. I'd like him, and he's put all his faith in him. But I don't believe that he's a top 4 goalkeeper. Strong words there, that he's a top 4 goalkeeper. Time, at least this campaign, has proven Tony right. Just looking at the game today, are you in agreement in any way whatsoever, Nigel, with what your former teammates said?
Well, first of all, we're not a top 4 team. So I think Leno is, if I'm completely honest, I think he is usually he's a consistent goalkeeper. He has had mistakes this season, but goalkeepers, when they make a mistake, they're crucified because usually they end up being a goal. That is the problem. The one thing I will say is there is no competition for Leno for his position this season. We have Matt Ryan, who's come in from Brighton, and the young goalkeeper who played a couple of games, but Runarsson, who's, for me, he's well away from being a first-team player. So the problem I think that we have is that Leno, no matter what his form, is going to be the first choice. And I don't think that's a good thing to have in any team, in any position. With Emi Martinez leaving, I agree with Tony 100%. He was outstanding. Some of the saves that he made were unbelievable. And then Mikel Arteta has to make his decision, because I think the goalkeepers are saying, well, I want to be your number one. And to me, it felt like neither one of them was prepared to sit on the bench. And so then the manager gets his hand forced. He has to make that decision. Who am I going to keep? Who am I going to let go? And he decided to let Martinez go. So, as a manager, you have to stick with that. I don't think there was at that period of time, I don't think there was a massive difference between the two goalkeepers, but it's always going to be highlighted when a goalkeeper makes a mistake.
But Nigel, if we look at the save percentage for Martinez, now a week ago it was reported Martinez has a 78.4% save rate. It's the highest in the Premier League, whereas Bernd Leno is 13th in the Premier League, almost 10% lower than Emi Martinez. Do you think Arteta made a mistake in choosing Leno?
Well, if you are someone that just looks at stats, then yes, you would have to say that. And I would potentially agree with you on if you looked at the form of Emi when he was in the team. I mean, it was unbelievable, but he'd never been given a real opportunity. And I think he surprised a lot of people. And I just wonder if Mikel Arteta thought, can he keep that level of performance up week in, week out? And that may be the question that would be great to ask of Mikel Arteta at the time. Maybe he was surprised by what the goalkeeper achieved, and maybe he just thought that he couldn't quite believe that maybe he could continue with that form. But in saying that, I agree with you. He's been absolutely outstanding for Aston Villa, and he will say that's why I pushed for the move, because I deserve my chance.
As it stands, Aston Villa are 11th, but they have 2 games in hand over the Gunners, so they could go higher than them in the table. When it comes to the goalkeeping situation, how was it handled at Everton, John? Because you played alongside one of the all-time greats in the Premier League, Tim Howard. He was such a loyal servant to the club. He was a dependable servant. He was called, the Secretary of Defence for the United States of America when he played in the World Cup, and he had that amazing game. How was he able to keep his game up week in, week out? Was it the competition around him? What was it?
Yeah, first of all, he's a legend, an Everton legend. No, he was always solid, and he was always fit. He was never injured. And I think from Tim Howard, he made the move to United. And then, he came to Everton, and he played for such a long time. We had some competition, but we all know that he was always there. So he was always there for the team. And as a defender, it's always good to have someone in the back that communicate. Maybe he was not the tallest one, but yeah, he was just an extra player on the pitch. And yeah, with him, you know, there was just we were 100% sure with him that everything on the goal, he will save it. And what I said in the communication, he was one of the best.
How, because you're coaching now at Ajax, how do you handle goalkeepers and the selection for goalkeepers without affecting their confidence? Because when you think of confidence in players, it's strikers and goalkeepers that seem to have the most detrimental effect. If a goalkeeper loses his confidence, it's very unlikely he's going to keep a clean sheet in a game. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's always easy to say the defense starts up front and the building up starts from the back. If a striker misses a chance, you don't hear anyone about that. If a goalkeeper makes a mistakes like Leno tonight, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. The only thing is that you have to give them the confidence. And the good thing in football is that there is always the next game. It's always there. In the next couple of days, a week, then there's the game. And as a team, you have to stick together, because in my eyes, it's too easy to blame Leno for the loss tonight. And of course, it's once more, it's a big mistake. It's a nightmare for him. But he had also, you know, some good moments at Arsenal. But you have to believe in his abilities. You have to believe in his skills. Because now, till the end of the season, and what we mentioned before, the Europa League is there. This is the first trophy that Arsenal have to go for it. And now you know that you have to deal with the situation now, and your first choice is Leno.
Yeah. Let's not forget, every goalkeeper in history, no matter how good they are, Buffon, Schmeichel, either Peter or Kasper, you name it, has made mistakes. Every goalkeeper.
All goalkeepers.
So it's just interesting to see how they pick themselves up. I guess that's what defines the greats from the goods.